Yo, what up, what up? It's your boy MoeCheeze, aka Grizz, broadcasting live from the country roads, Donna. This is a long story. Hey, we got a short cast tonight, and we're going to have a short show. We got some topics that we want to get into while they are heavy hitting. As I did the show earlier this morning, and I informed you guys that today was the trade deadline in the NFL. We had some trades that went down at the last minutes, so we'll get into those trades. We'll talk a little bit about the NBA and Moe's correct predictions in regards to what was going to happen, but I'll just tease it. So we'll talk about that. I got to ask the fellas about their favorite Halloween candies, things of that nature, man. We got a couple of topics that we just want to get off our chest real quick. It's Tuesday evening. Sit back, relax, enjoy yourself. It's a long story. You make sure you put your kids to bed.
That's it. Now if you know one thing, change gon' come. We gon' keep it rockin' till your brain go numb. Never skipping the beat, singing that same old song. It's like I'm tired of the same line, I'm tired of the same. Now if you know one thing, change gon' come. We gon' keep it rockin' till your brain go numb. Never skipping the beat, singing that same old song. It's like I'm tired of the same line, I'm tired of the same. Hey yo, it's time to check the rap game, cause times is getting critical. Rhymes is getting pitiful, and heads been going hysterical for lyrical. Shit is knocking, rocking, bob your head too. I'm tired of the same line and tired of the same dude. As a doggone matter of fact, my tape deck keeps beating me back. The essence of bull crap enough. Form a gun class, discussing the war acts, violence and carjacks, raising the poor tax. People, let's relax and smoke a fat sack. Listen to Slim Pick and rekindle the soul clap. Correct your cataract, settle back in the Cadillac. Understand that you're feeling that Slim Pick. You needed that and know one thing. Change gon' come. We gon' keep it rockin' till your brain go numb. And we's the blame for the loophole and change the G in the game. And folks who don't want the same thing. Now if you know one thing, change gon' come. We gon' keep it rockin' till your brain go numb. Never skipping the beat, singing that same old song. It's like I'm tired of the same line, I'm tired of the same. Now if you know one thing, change gon' come. We gon' keep it rockin' till your brain go numb. Never skipping the beat, singing that same old song. It's like I'm tired of the same line, I'm tired of the same. How did it feel when it hit the brain? Guess it can't be explained. I'm finding nirvana without going in vain like Cobain. Really can't see how you maintain without your hobby and sustain. Some seconds and some change a whole world of knowledge gain. Interrupt your broadcast and rearrange your mainframe. Be it the slurage of the slang, it's working to the twang. Bet it feel warm inside just like witches in the rain. Just keep your cool, don't shit your hands. Go we right with you, man. If one go down, then we all fall quick. So let's throw backs out like it's all nostalgic. Must one MoeCheeze, draw pick, all sick, all shit. Y'all been hit with some whatchamacallit. That old thing back, polyester and all black, like it's pimped out. Yankee Doodle, feather in your cap. Loving the way the kid voice reacts to the whack. Just relax and keep rewinding the track. It's just the same old song. If you know one thing, change gon' come. We gon' keep it rockin' till your brain go numb. Never skipping the beat, singing that same old song. It's like I'm tired of the same line, I'm tired of the same. Now if you know one thing, change gon' come. We gon' keep it rockin' till your brain go numb. Never skipping the beat, singing that same old song. It's like I'm tired of the same line, I'm tired of the same.
Now if I know one thing, change gon' come. I'ma keep it rockin' till your brain go numb. Draw a pick, I'm here to explain to some the way the game can change. Cause certain things remain in vain. It's like I'm tired of the same line, and I'm tired of the same dude. And I'm tired of the way we gotta struggle to eat our food, and tired of the way we hustle every day to pay our dues. But fuck it, I'm just tired of shit. I refuse to give in. The way we live in should be forbidden, but it ain't. It seems as though it's become a way of life. And in this game you gotta play it right, cause you only get one with no continue. So what's next on the menu? You had your appetizer, so let me lend you the knife and fork to eat your main course with. Muskogee got the force like in you, so make your choice quick and then you can rock with us. With the addition of MoeCheeze, it ain't no stopping us. The sky's the limit to a certain extent, without the gimmicks. And then out of nowhere Slim Pickens with good intentions was sent to be that shoulder to lean on. This ain't HBO but dream on, full steam on ahead.
You know one thing, change gon' come. We gon' keep it rockin' till your brain go numb. Never skipping the beat, singing that same old song. It's like I'm tired of the same line, I'm tired of the same. Now if you know one thing, change gon' come. We gon' keep it rockin' till your brain go numb. Never skipping the beat, singing that same old song. It's like I'm tired of the same line, I'm tired of the same dude.
We appreciate you for tuning in to the show today. We're going to get this thing started here in a moment. Sit back, relax.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's start the show.
This is a podcast.
Yo, this your girl Lafy T. Holla at our boy Melvin at Bay 11 Automotive at 1455 General Arts Road Northwest in Conyers, Georgia. Don't take your cars nowhere else. You'll definitely regret it.
All right, man, we live. Yo, what's up? It's your boy MoeCheeze, a.k.a. Grits, broadcasting live from the country roads. Dying, I got my broski, Pasadena, in the building. What up, bro?
What's up, brother? How you feeling?
I'm chilling. Okay, there you go. I was about to say, your screen froze over there. I can hear you, but your screen froze. But we good. I got to figure out something. I got to get a different light in here because at nighttime, when I have to turn the dome light on, it got this hellacious freaking glow over me. But yeah, I'm going to figure that out by next week. I'll have that fixed. Man, it's a lot to digest in a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I feel like since the show this morning, a million things happened. A million things came across the tickers. A lot of NFL moves got made today. But we'll start it off and not saying that I want to start it off on a somber mode or a somber mood, but let's throw out some quick RIPs. Want to send out rest in peace to Coach Dooley, former coach of the Georgia Bulldogs, also athletic director for the Georgia Bulldogs, brought us one of our 2 championships. He passed on Friday. So RIP to Coach Dooley, and also RIP to the rapper Takeoff. Did I? No, I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
No, is it Takeoff or is it Offset?
Takeoff. Offset,
you know what?
Is Cardi B's husband.
I got to go ahead and change that up on the thing because I didn't kill this man off on accident, but I apologize. RIP to Takeoff. Killed in Houston at the age of 28. What is being reported during a dice game. Bro, apparently there is a video out there. I cannot say that I have gone to try to find said video yet. Have you watched it?
I was watching that video at like 7:30 this morning, bro. It was horrible.
Give me a because like I said, I haven't seen it yet. Give me a quick description of what I would be seeing if I was to go look it up.
First thing you see is you seeing the backs of some ladies or something like that. Just whoever had their phone was recording like kind of low. Then it raises up to see Quavo knelt down over Offset, trying to get him to. I guess maybe at that time he was probably still breathing for a moment, but it was shocking, man. You could see all the blood on the floor under his head and stuff like that, and Quavo's just over him like, "Hey, bro, like, come on, man, like you gotta get up." And Quavo stood up and he just started just saying, "No, no," like it was very jeez.
Bro, this
It
is
was bad,
like
bro.
beyond tragic,
It was
and
bad.
it's actually going all the way into the sports world. I mean, it literally is going all the way into the sports world. I don't know if you've seen Deion Sanders has issued a statement in regards to his team. I know they're playing in Houston this week. And he pretty much has said that his team will be on lockdown. Nobody can leave from the hotel before or after the game. For the families and friends that want to visit the players, they're going to have to come to the hotel to see them. It's and they were pretty big in the sports scene. I know they performed during All-Star weekend. You usually would see one of them at least in the Celebrity All-Star game. We live in Atlanta, so you always see them at Hawks games on the front row if you're watching the game or if you actually attended the game. But it's just sad, bro. It's like it feels like it's every other week somebody.
Yeah, yeah. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. And that's why we always to say you love one to your loved ones and kiss them and hug them and pray for them because you never know what's gonna happen. You never know. You
Right. And
never
I know
know.
he did they had I think an interview on Drink Champs. And
Right.
during that interview,
Right.
he made the statement of he wanted to get
Hmm.
his flowers now
Hmm.
because, he didn't want to get them when he wasn't here to get them. And it's
Right.
just, I guess you see those little, I don't want to call it a red herring. I don't want to call it ironic statement either,
Hmm.
but you see a lot of that happen in the music industry where not necessarily a person predicted their death per se, but there's a statement that was made that kind of sort of was the prelude to the event.
Right. On from one of the clips that popped up when they were on Drink Champs, they specifically Quavo and Takeoff specifically said they don't rap about dying or being dead because it's not they know the power of the tongue and that manifests. They even said Biggie and Tupac knew when they were going to die, or they made records or songs that kind of predicted or kind of happened like right before they actually passed away. So it's something that they just don't do and have never been comfortable with. So yeah, the fact that they were even just talking about it, I don't know, man. Like I said, if you trying to not bring it to manifestation, saying that it's something that you don't do, I would assume that there'd be a little bit less negativity around you. But you never know, man. You never know. Dice
Um,
games anywhere are bad, bro. Like dice games are
you know
bad.
what? And you don't wanna sit here and be like, bro, what were you doing? But it's like, come on,
Right.
man.
But then at the
Like,
same time, like I heard, and it's just hearing, and I'm not a one of their peoples shot first
mm,
and shot wild and possibly hit him first,
wow.
and then the other people, I guess the guys they were playing against in the dice game, decided to start shooting because somebody was shooting mad aggressive. And then someone did put out a statement there. That's why you go out and you hire professionals to
Professional
be your
security.
bodyguards instead of hiring your friends because your friends are wild. It's just, you know, what's his name? J something. Not J. Cole, but the other dude he was out there with them. Out the was it House of Blues, I believe they were at.
Okay, I'm trying to look. I'm looking up some information
So
now. I wanted to get a number for something. I was just wondering how many rappers have passed in 2022. And I was just wondering. I'm trying to look through and see who. I'm trying to figure out exactly who it was that you were talking about that was possibly there.
and it's crazy because he actually commented on Twitter about it. The dude who was there, and he's
Hmm.
possibly, like I said, I don't know, but he's possibly the one that shot first.
Oh wow.
So
Do you remember
Jay,
what? Do you remember what his statement was?
his statement was like, something happened. They were in a dice game, blah, and he's already in his car driving. And I'm like, well, if this just happened not too long ago, how did you end up leaving the scene? So yeah, I don't know. Jay Prince, I think it
Jay
may be
Prince.
Jay.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Shout out to
So
DJ Chuck checking in with us in the chat room. Sorry, I said Chuck room. DJ Chuck said, I heard it was a big disagreement and shots were fired.
right.
Again, I said it on the show earlier today. I've been in dice games before, and I've been in a dice game where somebody done called a hold. They may have called it late, or the person said they called it late. Fight breaks out. Somebody don't put their money down, say they put the money down, fight breaks out. So it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? I've also been in a dice game where nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? There was a whole lot of money being thrown around and nothing happened. But I know I can go back, and this will be a name that you remember. You remember Jasper Saints?
Kinda.
All right, so Jasper Saints came out of high school at the same time I came out of high school. He played running back for UGA.
Gotcha.
There was an incident. I'm not sure if it was Jasper's first year or second year in college, but rest in peace, Justin Coleman. Justin was from Columbus as well, and he had the nickname Slick. And they used to come back into town, and they used to go to dice games. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are two major football stars out of Columbus, Georgia. Slick, probably one of the fattest people I've ever seen in my life, played cornerback and receiver, and they came into town. I know they were at a dice game. I'm not sure if Jasper was actually there, so let me not miscomment or quote on that. But Slick ended up getting killed during a dice game. You know what I'm saying? Something kind of seemingly familiar. So this one kind of sort of hit home. With just the news, it's just like you just never know, bro. You never know. You just got to be careful out here in these streets, man.
Right.
Or stay out of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd just stay away, man.
But like you said, the whole aspect of you. Unfortunately, and I said it earlier again, money does change you. Money changes your situation. Money changes how people look at you, and it should change how you look at everything else. I'm not saying that you should just become this narcissistic asshole because you got some money, but at the same time, because you have said money, you should always know that in a blink of an eye, it can be lost, and you should be doing whatever it is that you can do to protect that and protect your family's future. You know what I'm saying, with that wealth. So I hate that this situation happened again. Rest in peace to Takeoff. We ain't gonna spend the whole show on it, but it's unfortunate, bro. It's quite unfortunate.
Yeah. Sad,
man. And since we talked a little bit, not necessarily indirectly, about college football with Deion Sanders issuing his statement, let's just skip to the topic of, the first college playoffs just came out. And it wasn't really a surprise to me per se, because I felt like the committee was going to make Georgia and Tennessee 1-3 one way or another. Okay. I did not I didn't expect when they were giving them out now, and they got to 4, and Clemson was 4. I was like, okay, Clemson 4. Then that means Georgia and Tennessee should be 1 and 2, but they gave number 2 to Ohio State, Georgia 3. Who's 4? Michigan?
Michigan is 4, Clemson's 5, and there's no third. Ohio State and Tennessee are actually tied. So I guess
Well, in the rank, they got put 1, 2, Tennessee, Clemson. No, Tennessee, Ohio State, Georgia,
Clemson, and then Michigan.
And then Michigan and
Alabama 6.
Okay, that was the surprise. Now, I don't know if you watched it, but the explanation for Alabama being ranked over who is it, TCU?
Yeah.
I ain't quite understand that one. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not hating on Alabama, but what I am going to say is Alabama could very easily have 2 losses right now.
They should have 2 losses, actually.
Right. They got gifted a game.
Yeah.
They definitely got gifted a game. So for them to be over undefeated TCU, I didn't quite understand that one. But at the end of the day, I guess things kind of sort of shake themselves out. And I'm under the assumption that they did this on purpose. Knowing that Georgia and Tennessee was about to play each other again, that's going to work its way out either way it goes. Somebody got to win, somebody got to lose, and whoever win out the rest of the season will make it to the college playoff. I guess the only interesting situation is what happens, if Alabama runs the table, but Tennessee beat them, and if Georgia runs the table as well. Now, what happens if Georgia loses to Alabama in the SEC championship? So Alabama beat Georgia, Georgia beat Tennessee, and Tennessee beat Alabama. How the hell do you figure out who makes it in?
They need to go back to that old school. What they do in that movie? They had that coin flip off. I think it was a basketball movie I'm thinking about. But yeah, the 3 coaches flip and see who gets in.
That one's gonna be tough, man, because I think they're gonna get a lot of flack either way it goes. Once it shakes out, if Georgia, and I'm sorry, and I'm not apologetic about it, if Georgia takes care of business, we ain't really got too much to worry about. It's Alabama better take care of business versus LSU this weekend.
Yeah, they should.
Because LSU is right. LSU right there on their heels.
Right.
It's a couple of teams that's literally right there.
Even UCLA is right there.
Yeah, I'm about to say your boys is actually up there as well, bro. Oh no, you froze up, but I know you come right back in.
You said what?
There you go. All right, there you go. How you feel about your boys UCLA being in there?
I'm happy. I'm happy, man. It's been a while since we even been close. I mean, we used to just be ranked every year. I could deal if he was just ranked, and I know there's a lot of top teams in the top 25, but for the past few years, ever since the years of when the Falcons' old coach went to go take over UCLA.
You talking about punk ass whatchamajig son? I can't even think of his name. I'm looking at his face right now, and I want to punch it.
I see his face, but I can't remember his name. But yeah, we were good then, and we haven't been good for quite some time. So happy to be back at least ranked, and we ranked in the top 20. So that's real good.
Shout out to Poetic Sins checking into the building with us as well. Appreciate you for checking us out, Po. We just talked a little bit about Takeoff, sending our flowers to him. We get into a little bit of college football conversation. Going to switch over to a little bit of NFL. I said today's show is not going to be a long show per se. Y'all just got me and Paz, and I'm not going to even lie to y'all. Like, I'm in the house and I got on a sweater. I got on this sweater for a reason. I feel like shit, bro. Oh, snap. Like, I've been feeling like garbage since Sunday for like literally like garbage, and today is like I just felt icky as hell. So I don't know if it's like a flu bug or what the hell it is, but
It's definitely a flu bug because my son just got over it, and my son has never really been sick like that. But when that weather changed this year, um, he definitely came down with something. My boss did too. I want to say I probably caught something for like, but my colds usually last like less than 24 hours for some odd reason. So it's
bro,
like I
I am
get sick,
sitting
I
over
get sick
here. I
real
am
quick.
cold. I'm cold as hell, but I'm
Uh,
sweating.
yeah, that's exactly the way my son and my boss were feeling too. So yeah, the weather change will mess up a lot of people. Allergies for me, I think it's more allergies for me than actually getting sick. But yeah, man, stay on top of them red skin fruits.
Yeah,
Stay
man.
on top of your vitamin C. I take vitamin C tablets, so
Laffy
just in
got
case.
me over here on all kind of immune booster. She got all kind of teas to drink. This one will settle your stomach. This one gonna clean your liver. This one going, yeah. She got me on all kind of shit over here, and she done made the homemade chicken noodle soup for me for after the show. So
Oh,
definitely
snap.
looking forward to that.
Oh yeah.
Let me ask you. I don't know how much you follow Georgia or Tennessee. Tennessee's offense looks freaking ridiculous right
Awesome.
now, bro.
Yeah, they played Georgia they played Alabama quite good, man. That was a high scoring game, wasn't
Yeah, yeah. Well,
it?
they beat the hell out of Kentucky. It wasn't as close as it was supposed to be. It definitely wasn't as close as it was supposed to be. Let me see. What did they do to Kentucky, man?
To Kentucky.
They beat 44-6, bro.
Jeez Louise. Yeah,
44 to 6, and this was supposed to be somewhat of a rivalry game. They look unstoppable. I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie.
They do.
And with our linebacker, Smith is out for the year with a torn pectoral. So we're missing our lead rusher, our lead sacker on defense, which is gonna pose a problem. I know EJ was saying it earlier. Kirby Smart tends to have a game plan. He tends to have one game plan and then possibly an alternate, but there's no third option. So we gonna have a tall task trying to, number one, stop them damn receivers. But hell, Hooker, between throwing the ball and being able to run the ball, Hooker is like lights out. I think he'll easily should be the number one or number two quarterback off the board. What do you see? Like, what are we gonna be able to do against this Tennessee damn offense?
Uh, you gotta play smart football. You're not gonna be able to. Georgia's not gonna be able to attack Tennessee the way they attack like Alabama. And I can only reference the last like championship game. Like the defensive coordinator sent Georgia after Alabama for that championship title. He sent them after them. If you do that against this Tennessee Volunteers offense, somebody's going to take the top off on you, and it is not going to be
Repeatedly.
good. It is not going to be good. You having that linebacker down definitely will have me slightly worried. I only say slightly worried about your run defense, but I wouldn't bank too much on them like running away with the game. But man, yeah, Cedric Tillman, is it Bruce or Brew or something like that? Yeah, man, you got some people to deal with.
The crazy part is
Tennessee
Tennessee time of possession is not even long during these games. Like
because
they don't have you would look at the score and you would think, oh, they had the ball the entire game and that's why the other team wasn't able to score. No, they hitting your ass quick.
wait, yep,
They
yep,
hitting you
they're
quick.
not.
Time of possession maybe 15, 20 minutes a game,
That's crazy.
and they putting
And
up points.
having scores like what was that? What did I just see? Oh, that was ridiculous score. I couldn't even believe it. Blah, blah, blah. I was just here. They just killed somebody like 62-20 or something like that. It was already a horrible team, but there it is, 65-24. I don't even know who Tennessee Martin's Skyhawks are, but you got to play some kind of defense when you play in a game. Try something, anything. Trip somebody. I don't care. Do what Mike Tomlin do when he stepped out on the field while dude was running down the side. Do
Man,
anything.
you do anything
But
to stop him.
yeah, that's
Um,
crazy.
Poetic Sense said this weather is funny, plus the flu, RSV, and other things going around. What is RSV? Is this something new I don't know about?
Yeah, I don't know about RSV.
Poetic Sense, please enlighten me. What is RSV? And I need to make sure I ain't got it. It's like, what is RSV? What are they doing? What does that do to you? Look, monkeypox, COVID, and now RSV.
Rattlesnake venom. I don't know.
Man, look, she about to make me do a search.
You're right, DJ Chuck. UCLA is playing some good football. It's more consistent and it's more balanced for the first time in a long time. So, yes, they're doing pretty good, and I love it. I love it. Just hopefully we can get to a championship sometime.
Respiratory syncytial virus. Is a respiratory virus that affects the lungs and breathing passages. Okay. Did not know about RSV out here.
No. So they are that's like COVID's little brother or something like that.
Right. I'm like, what the?
Jeez.
Oh man, RSV can be spread through dry respiratory secretions on bedclothes and similar items. So
pretty much it's telling you when you get sick, don't just. I tell my son this all the time, man. You could be sick, but even if you don't go outside, you got to get up and walk around the house. Go spray some Lysol in your bed, something. If you want to change the sheets every night, I don't care. Go in there and change your sheets. That's what we have them for. But you can't just sit and lay up in your virus that's on your pillow, on your covers, on your. You got to spray something. You got to do something. So getting up, moving, not necessarily going outside, but just moving around the house, picking up a small task until you feel tired and then rest again.
There's a point.
But you got to give yourself some time to.
My bad. I was trying to pull up something for this next segment. I knew a commercial was going to play behind the scenes, so I had to mute that real quick.
Of course.
All right, let's switch gears real quick, man. Let's hit the NFL, bro, because I know this is your wheelhouse.
Yeah, but I know. So how do you feel about Calvin Ridley being traded to the Jaguars?
All right. Honest opinion.
Yes.
I don't care. And the reason that I don't care is because he hasn't played. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ask me what I think about Calvin Ridley, I think Calvin Ridley, when he was playing, was one of the best route runners in the NFL. Did he benefit from some of the people that were on the team as far as having Julio on the team at that time? I forgot who our tight end was. But didn't we have shit? Nah, we didn't have Pitts then. But no. he benefited from being the second wide receiver. I still thought he'd take the top off of any NFL team. So if Calvin Ridley comes back and he plays the way that he was playing before, the Jaguars got to steal. Now, the only thing I want them to do is go ahead and sign him to that long-term contract so we can bump that pickup. You know what I'm saying? I didn't necessarily agree with what we gave away or what we got in return for Calvin Ridley, because if I'm not mistaken, I think we moved up to get Calvin Ridley. Either we moved up or we used one of our first-round picks on Calvin Ridley, which wasn't a bad pick at the time, but I still feel like he's a first-round talent. So to receive lower-end picks and then there be stipulations around the picks, I didn't necessarily like that. And I guess the question could have been asked,
at the end,
why didn't you do it before? You know what I'm saying? Why do it? Why did they wait to do it now? Like, why not do it like during the draft or?
Yeah, right. Move him around then and get something better. Get something better in. I feel you.
But I didn't expect for him to come back though. I didn't see him back in Atlanta.
Nah, I don't even see him going back to the Jags, but we'll see what happens next season. And they probably went and got something. I guess they got what they could for him, because you never know how players or what he was going through. And I know he was going through a lot of things mentally, not necessarily physically, but you don't know how that's going to be when he returns. You know, like you said, he hasn't played. So he needs to get back up to game speed. He now has to learn a whole new offense. Hopefully they're able, even during his suspension, he's able to gain that playbook so he can study up until next year, and then he can just be ready. And I'm pretty sure, athletes like that, they tend to stay ready. So
I say something for nothing at this point, because I don't see where the Falcons would have brought Ridley back, and you already trying to clear up as much money as possible going into next year. So why even hold on to that situation? Again, it's one of those unfortunate situations, but I will say it's a dumbass rule, but the rule is there for a reason. If you know at your job, if your job say, hey, listen, when you come in, you can't be talking on the phone. You know what I'm saying? You can't have your earbuds in. It's a dumbass rule, but that's the rule at your job. If the rule is you cannot gamble on this sport, bro, we've seen it before. Ask Pete Rose how that went down.
Yes.
So dumbass rule, but
Right.
I mean, even dumber to actually create a damn, I don't know if it was DraftKings or whatever the hell it was, under your own damn name. Okay,
Right.
Let's be honest. All the friends that you got, you couldn't have gave a friend $1,000 to make the bet. You made a bet up under your own freaking account, dog.
Yeah. He slipped on that one.
You know what? Let's talk about somebody else slipping in, and we ain't gonna get away from the trades. But let's talk about the Carolina Panthers versus the Falcons this week.
Okay.
The Falcons,
oh my goodness,
end up winning a game after the kicker misses extra point that would have gave them the win in regulation. But the reason why he missed said kick is because DJ Moore catches a touchdown and takes his helmet off.
Yeah, right.
Now, there's a couple of things that we can look at, and I'm not even going to be a Falcon homer on this. Hey, man, that man actually wasn't on the field. Like, he had stepped out. I think he was, like, on the damn near out of the end zone, like the back of the end zone to the sideline. Yeah. So, just like, but when it happened, I said, oh, that's a penalty. And then when they decided to move him back and the kicker missed, it was like, I mean, kicker had another opportunity, you know what I'm saying? And he missed it again. So I can't say it's on DJ Moore, but that was still a boneheaded move on DJ Moore's part. And I've heard a couple NFL players talk about it. I respect Randy McMichael. I listen to Randy Mac damn near every day. And like Randy said, hey, this is something that you already know going into the game that you can't do. You cannot let emotions get the best of you. That's like punching somebody with a helmet on. That shit's just stupid.
Right. Yeah, man. That penalty cost them big time. I don't know. There was nothing they could do to come back. I mean, they came back for it. DJ Moore balling out of control. Last seconds of the game. Yeah, you missed the extra point. Goes into overtime. You miss a field goal in overtime, and then Mr. Koo comes down, kicks his field goal. Falcons win. See you next week, or see you again soon. So that's the way it goes.
Yeah, DJ Tuck, we'll touch on it real quick. DJ Tuck said, are we surprised that the Auburn coach got fired?
No.
Not at all.
No. Nope.
I'm surprised. I'm more surprised they allowed this motherfucker to keep his job going into the season.
Yeah.
Like what a lot of people didn't talk about. So I guess there was a lot of controversy going on in Auburn before the season even started, and the players were saying that the coach didn't know their culture. I think they had some things that happened maybe off the field during the season or prior to the season, and I just don't think the coach was the right fit there. So we knew that the writing was on the wall. It was just a matter of what game was you going to lose bad enough for them to fire you.
That's it. And I guess that was it. That's all they needed.
Yeah, they've been talking about what we've been hearing Deion Sanders' name rumored for the Auburn head coaching job for 2-3 weeks now.
Yeah.
Him. You also have Dale McGee that's being rumored. Dale McGee, a Columbus native. He actually coaches with UGA, assistant coach with UGA, one of the biggest recruiters at UGA as well, and an Auburn alumni. Dale actually played running back at Auburn. I think that might actually be a good fit, but I don't know if the name recognition from Dell is going to carry enough for him to actually get that job. Although he's an alumni, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I definitely don't want Deion Sanders to leave JSU though.
No, he needs to stay there. Actually, that's just good for the players down there. I also heard old Mrs. Coach Lane Kiffin is applying for it, as well as Hugh Freeze.
Man, how many damn coaching jobs Hugh Freeze gonna get, man?
Hugh Freeze and Lane Kiffin.
I kind of sort of see Lane, you know what I'm saying? And maybe he's a one of those Frankenstein type coaches, you know what I'm saying? Like Lane comes up with, well, and maybe not so much now because coaches have caught on to coming up with these different schemes and shit. So you thought Lane Kiffin at one point was like an offensive guru at coach. I don't know if he's so much that offensive guru now, but I could see Lane Kiffin getting another job, but I feel like Hugh Freeze's name get thrown up every time it's a damn coaching vacancy. And either his name gets thrown up or he's getting fired from another damn job before getting another coaching vacancy look.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's bad. It's bad raps for Mr. Freeze. I guess freezing his ability to coach properly or something like that. I don't know what it is. But yeah, man, I definitely don't want to see Deion Sanders lose. If you're gonna do Hugh Freeze, just know what you're getting. And
Right.
Lane Kiffin's coach, I think one time I want to say he coached at Tennessee at one point.
Lane
time
Kiffin,
ago.
yeah, I think Lane Kiffin was at Rocky
Tennessee a
Top.
long time. Yeah, so I mean, he's been around. He's been in the NFL as well. So I would say he's more experienced, but that also is also depending on how he's running his offense compared to the way they run offenses of today. Eventually you got to evolve and you got to get better and you got to see new schemes and be able to understand the schemes that the other coaches and other teams are doing. So yeah, it is, but I'm gonna leave that whole. Yeah, not a big Auburn fan anyway.
I mean, listen, Auburn is Auburn. You know what I'm saying? Like it's in between Georgia and Alabama. Is like nobody even really wants to claim them.
Right.
You ask, some people call them Middle Georgia. The other people will tell you it's Auburn, Alabama. Like, yeah, it's Auburn, bruh.
I kind of put Ole Miss and Auburn. It's like, oh crap! Wait a minute. Oh my bad. We were talking about. Oh my bad. We were talking about the other team. My bad.
Right. It's
they like the same team.
It ain't that
Always
big. It's not that big of a difference. Now back in the days, Auburn used to be hell, but that time has succeeded. All right, let's go through this real quick, bro, because we were on the NFL. We talked about Calvin Ridley. Bradley Chubb ends up in Miami.
Yeah.
Bruh, the offense is already hitting on all cylinders as long as you can keep Tua on two legs.
Right.
They just upgraded that damn defense though.
And yeah, keep Tua up. And if the defense does their job, they'll be able to rest more. And, the offensive players are built to stay out there for as long as possible. Defense, I would say, like in the middle. And I'm just talking about Miami's defense specifically. But yeah, they upgraded nicely. And it's going to be hell trying to stop them on both sides of the ball. And all they got to do is fix their special teams just a tad, because they tend to give up a lot of yards on kick returns and punt returns. But other than that, I think they're pretty straight, man. They are going to be a force to be reckoned with.
One notable thing that I would like to say, the Falcons also traded away safety Dean Marlowe. And they received a 2023 7th round pick. In the trade with Jacksonville for Calvin Ridley, they received a 5th round 2023 pick and a conditional 4th round pick. That 5th round pick could be bumped up if they signed a long-term deal with him in Jacksonville. As I look at these trades, and especially involving Atlanta, is Atlanta positioning themselves to have a whole lot of draft picks, to package draft picks, to move up in the next draft and possibly get one of these quarterbacks. Although we just drafted a quarterback in like the third round. Is Atlanta trying to get, Hooker, Bryce Young, or one of these premier complete quarterbacks coming out?
That's exactly what they're going to need heading into next season. Based off of what they do, it seems like they're trending in the right direction right now. I know a lot of teams are going to try to gift them games like they just had the one with Carolina. But I do believe that they are playing hard. They are taking their time, which is very important. They're not rushing and doing all the. And I'm not saying not rushing the ball, but the tempo is at their tempo. They're having teams
it's
play at their pace.
Run, and run some damn more.
Yes, that's all they pretty much have right now. Kyle Pitts is being bottled up because he's even though he's your tight end, he's pretty much like almost your main receiver. You guys still have Russell Gage, correct?
No. Russell Gage is in Tampa. We got Drake London. We got
that's what I'm looking for.
We got Beard, who has caught, I think, 4 passes, 2 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. Like
Jamil Bird.
Yep.
What's his name? Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, he's actually been pretty good. But how often are they going to be able to do that?
We got Marcus Mariota at quarterback, and bro, obviously living in Atlanta, I get to listen to the coaches report. I get to listen to all this shit. And what I'm telling you after listening to Arthur Smith talk about Marcus Mariota, this is what it sounds like every week. Yeah. So Marcus, he played a pretty good game. You're going to have mistakes here and there, but as long as we can limit those mistakes, and we keep our run game focused, and when he needs to pass the ball, we could put him in good positions to be able to pass the ball. Basically, what you just said is we don't want this motherfucker passing the ball at all.
And is that why he ran for 102 yards the other week?
How
are you running?
This, I think he had one long run. One of them rushes might have been 45, 50 something yards. But my question is, how do you go, and we see it a lot. Hell, I can name a couple of quarterbacks. How do you go from being one of the first quarterbacks off of the board,
right,
to being relegated to garbage?
Oh no.
And I'm not just talking about Marcus Mariota, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield. Shit, what is going on with the other quarterback? Matt Ryan, bro.
Matt Ryan was done when he was in Atlanta, though, bro.
Look, we thanked Indianapolis for taking that dude off of our hands, man. Thank you. We knew it was a bad situation when we didn't get Watson, but thank you for jumping in there, Indianapolis, Jim Irsay, with your drug taking ass. Thank you, bruh. I don't know what codeine, Percocets, whatever you took that night, but we here in Atlanta would like to give you this right here, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, he must not have got the memo that Matty Ice thought out a long time ago.
And then they look like they trying to have a fire sale. I see on the list they traded away Nyheim Hines, which they haven't used as much this year. I know he's had some injury problems, but I think in the system that he's going to in Buffalo, he's a good catcher out of the backfield. Like I said, he's been underused this year in Indianapolis, so he's going to give Josh Allen a whole nother weapon to go along with freaking Diggs. And then they pick up another didn't they pick up a tight end?
Who's the tight end that just went over there?
Let me take a quick look.
I was just looking at this.
I thought no, they got Nyheim Hines, and I could have swore somebody got a damn tight end. Nah, you know who it was? It was the Vikings that got the tight end. They got TJ Hawkinson.
Hawkinson from Detroit, yeah. Oh, that's gonna be sick.
Bro.
They needed a tight end, not a Irv Smith type, but who they had before. Oh, dude, older gentleman.
Who
Crap, I
was
can't
who
remember
was
right
the
now.
tight end and I know you're talking about white boy.
Yeah,
I
damn,
can't
I
I
can't remember
can't
his
think
name.
his name. I want to
I want to say
say
he's still playing
yeah.
too.
I about to say I want to say he's still in the damn league.
He is. I can't think of it right now. It'll come to me in a moment. But yeah, Vikings just freed up Adam. I'll say they freed up Adam Thielen because a lot of teams they play aren't really good at stopping tight ends, or tight ends tend to score more points against their upcoming schedule. So they should be pretty decent. They're surprised. Their record is shocking right now. The Vikings,
They're
I don't know
quiet.
where they got they're gonna sneak into the playoffs.
It's not even they gonna see their record is gonna show it, but they're quiet on these wins right now. I know RC one of the people that live in Minnesota that listens to the show. I've seen him making the comments, saying in the comments that he can't even give him no props right now because he's surprised by the record itself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know what they're doing on the low, but whatever they're doing, just keep pushing. Defensively, they've always been pretty stout. They did make some changes over the offseason, but their offense was not playing good in the first couple of games, but it has picked up dramatically. So we'll see. It's going to be the playoff schedule is going to be very interesting.
Shout out to Mocha Bella checking in the chat room, representing the 305. So not only did Miami get Bradley Chubb, but y'all also got Jeff Wilson Jr.
Yes.
Y'all got a additional running back to add into y'all's core as well. What do you think about that pickup as far as Jeff Wilson Jr. from San Francisco?
It's good for them. Who else do they have? What, Chase Edmonds out there? He's not doing anything.
They actually traded Chase Edmonds away. They traded Chase Edmonds to Denver. Bro, listen to what all they gave up for Bradley Chubb. So they gave up a 2023 first rounder, a 2024 fourth rounder, and Chase Edmonds for Bradley Chubb and the 2025 fifth round pick.
Dang. Ooh.
That's that win now.
Yeah. They trying to do it while their schedule gets a little bit lighter and they have a decent record right now. They need to win now to keep to maintain their playoff chances.
We got a damn good dog that got traded as well. So Chicago traded Roquan Smith, who was unhappy after who one of the defensive players, Robert Quinn. Robert Quinn got traded away to the Eagles earlier in the week. And Roquan Smith pretty much in a press conference damn near broke down crying about Quinn being traded, saying that was basically one of his best friends on the team, one of the people that he leaned on, and one of the people that gave him the most encouragement. So I think when I saw the press conference, I was like, okay, days are numbered on Roquan Smith actually being there. He's pretty much put it out there at this point that he doesn't want to be there. So I'm glad to see him move to a different system. And I think him going to Baltimore, although it's not Baltimore of old per se, I think that mentality actually fits Roquan Smith. I don't know if we talked about it last week. I'm trying to see if there's anything else out there that was just huge. I see that you guys traded away a defensive tackle, Jonathan Hankins, but I don't know if that's going to help Dallas too much at this point. I see Kansas City got another wide receiver, Kadarius Toney from New York. New York's wide receiving core hasn't been that good, so to get a wide receiver from New York, I'm kind of sort of like, okay.
They just traded away probably one of their best players, as they tend to do, but they need it. They're rushing.
But
the ball.
did Kansas City need another damn wide receiver?
Hell no, they don't need anything.
You don't use all the ones you got right now.
They're doing everything. They spread the ball around the most.
Exactly.
According to what I know. So everybody can eat over in Kansas City, but Kansas City, just like Miami right now, I'm sorry. I think I meant to say Buffalo. Right now, they're just adding to the depth chart and getting ready for the playoffs. That's all they're doing.
Now, Atlanta also traded away Deion Jones and a 7th round pick for a 2024 6th round pick, which Deion Jones, unfortunately, I wasn't happy about this one per se, because he was one of those defensive stalwarts for that team that made it to the Super Bowl. But I guess under Dean Peeves' philosophy, Deion Jones doesn't really fit into that. He fits more into Dan Quinn's scheme of things, where he wanted, quote unquote, fast and furious. Dean Peeves looks more like he wants big and angry. You know what I'm saying, on the defensive end. So not too upset with that. Happy to see him reach another place. What did you think about, and we may have talked about it last week, man, the Panthers traded away 2023 second round pick, 2023 third round pick, 2023 fourth round pick, and a 2024 fifth round pick for Christian McCaffrey, who hit him with a trifecta last week, running for a touchdown, throwing for a touchdown, and receiving a touchdown.
That was the best trade in a very long time. Kind of knew that one of the Frisco running backs was going to leave, just didn't know which one. Jeff Wilson Jr. actually was kind of a surprise to me, because he's actually been one of their better backups, but still just not good enough. Bringing Christian McCaffrey in, you gave up a lot, and I get it, but they're also going to use him the way he's supposed to be used. He is not. I'm not saying he can't be in for most downs but he's just not that Nick Chubb where he got that extra. He's not built for that.
He's going to be used sparingly. Now, he's going to get a lot of tick, but he'll be used sparingly. I think they'll try to make sure he doesn't get injured. And you see they're going to use him in all kind of different ways. So, look, shit's shaking up in the NFL. I don't know, and maybe I'm just paying more attention to it. Maybe you could tell me. I don't know that we've really seen this many trades happen at the trade deadline like this before.
Not on the last day. I haven't seen it like this in quite some time. So they're scrambling, getting pieces, and all except for 1, 2, maybe 3 teams that traded away players are not going to the playoffs. The rest are just, it seems like they're just loading up, getting ready in case an injury happens. The people who or teams that receive players, these teams outside of the Vikings, the Bills got a player. They got Naheem Hines. Falcons, I think, are in there. But I think the rest of the teams that got play, and the Vikings, everybody else, like the Bears, Jaguars, Colts, I don't think they have a chance to make the playoffs. If they do, hopefully some of these people they drafted are going to help out. But other than that, I don't see it too much. I think that just all the big teams, the teams that are actually have good records, or at least middle of the road records right now, are just gearing up for first couple of rounds, wild cards, and to make a deep run in the playoffs.
Hey, we'll end it on 2 trades that didn't happen. So 2 trades that did not, well, it's a few trades that didn't happen. The Jets didn't trade away either of their wide receivers, which Elijah Moore and Denzel Mims were being talked about being traded. But the 2 players that I wanted to mention, Kareem Hunt, who obviously is not happy playing the backup role to Nick Chubb in Cleveland, was not traded at the deadline. And also, the Texans apparently have been engaged in conversations with trading Brandon Cooks to. Yeah, I wish this shit would stop. Trading Brandon Cooks to Dallas, which I think that would have been a huge pickup for Dallas. I don't know why I can't say they didn't pull the trigger. I don't know why Jerry didn't get that one done though.
Yeah, he should have. He should have.
But I wonder what this means for Brandon Cooks as far as the Texans. I know he put out a tweet that said, "Don't take a man's kindness for granted. Covered for the lies for too long. Too long. Those days are done. You crossed the line with my playing career." And then he got the arrow shooting.
Yep, I see it. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, he's ready. He's ready to go. He's actually past due on leaving there. Um, yeah, he just needs. They just don't utilize him the way they're supposed to. But then again, he's a receiver. They don't have a quarterback like that. So you got to go there. He's just trying to get to a team that has a good quarterback where he can play more and he can be more productive. And I'm not mad at him for that. But also you're under contract. You're gonna go where your team sends you. It is
For
what it is.
for those that may be interested in the World Series, I can't say that I am anymore because I
Oh,
don't
definitely
have
not.
a team in here. But the Phillies are beating the hell out of the Astros in the top of the six right now. Score is 7-0. The series is tied 1-1. So it looks like the Phillies will be going up. I can't say if I have a preference on who wins per se. Houston cheats like hell, and the Phillies beat us. So the hell with both of them.
Yep. I haven't watched a lick of baseball since the Dodgers went out of playoffs. So
All right, bro. So before we get up out of here, I have to rub some shit in real quick.
okay.
You remember a couple of weeks ago, right before the NBA season started, a story broke about one Ime Udoka having some inappropriate, as they called it, relationships with a staff member that apparently had a position with the team. And we don't know all of the details, but we've heard a little bit in regards to the way the husband found out because she was talking on the damn ring phone outside too close to the door. Apparently he's somebody that works for the Celtics. So they suspended Ime for a year, for an entire year, right? So we got on this show. We came on this show. And I was on a couple of other shows as well saying the same damn thing. Ime Udoka will have a head coaching job by the end of the year.
Correct.
Did I not say this?
Yes, you did.
I was called a fool by many. I was called a fool by many. I got, it ain't no in hell a team will hire him after this. He done fucked up the bag. How could you hire him knowing that he might mess around with one of the employees? And I said, listen, this man is a hell of a coach. He made a mistake, and it wasn't even a mistake. It's not like he was some sexual predator. This was a consensual relationship. Now, obviously, because of who he is dating, there was some outrage. How could you cheat on Nia Long? You know what I'm saying? Shit, the same way Will Smith cheats on Jada Pinkett. You know what I'm saying? The same way Tim cheats on Jane down the street. You know what I'm saying? It happens.
It does.
But I told folks, hey man, this man is gonna have a job. Guarantee you there will be a team that should be a playoff contender. Season's gonna start out fucked up. And I said by All-Star, I was saying probably around All-Star break, Ime will have another job. Well, looks like Christmas came early. Steve Nash is fired. Well,
He should have never.
as they say, as Sean Marks would say, it was a mutual decision.
He should have never been fired because he should have never got the job in the first place.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Usually when you leave the NBA, if you wanna become a head coach, you go be an assistant coach for some time. You go sit in, you do some things, you learn some things about being a head coach. You just don't jump right into it. And I'm not saying Steve Nash wasn't off for a few years, but still too early for him. Take on a Brian Shaw and go, when you retire, go sit under Phil. Go sit under somebody who knows how to be a head coach and learn from them. Go to different teams if you want to. Learn different styles. Put together your own style, then apply for a head coaching job. Or, give a head coach a chance to get suspended for some games, and you come in as an interim head coach and do it that way. Either way, it happens. I don't want anybody to get in trouble or get suspended. I'm over suspensions and stuff for this season. For all sports, I really don't.
Here was my biggest. Here was my biggest problem. Okay, you said it. Steve Nash, number one, had no coaching experience. The man sat on nobody's coaching staff. He tenured under nobody. It was just supposed to be, oh, he's one of the greatest point guards to ever play the game, so this should translate to him coaching. No. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant pretty much told you that shit when they hired him. We don't need a coach. We don't need nobody to come in here and tell us how to play basketball. Like, we know how to play basketball. But then you take a coach, and I will say it, you take a black coach who has won Coach of the Year, who is coming off of a winning record, and you demote him to the damn assistant up under Steve Nash. So you demote Jock Vaughn to being Steve Nash's assistant for what? So what? Steve Nash can sit back on his ass. Jock Vaughn can coach the team, and Steve Nash gets all the credit.
That's exactly what that looks like, because it was already Jock Vaughn's team, and they should have just left him in the same position. You had to the things that needed to be moved didn't need to be moved in on the player on the coaching staff. Maybe some of your later coaches, like, I don't know, strength and conditioning, something like that. But your head coach, and I think your first assistant, I think they were pretty good enough to get your team to the playoffs and do what they need to do. And yeah, a lot of good coaches sit down sometimes and know when to not coach. Let your team, execute what you've already been teaching them. And so Steve Nash coming in, and Steve Nash probably is going to want this done this way because this way we did it. He's too close to leaving as a player to want things to be done the way in which they do it in Brooklyn. He wants it to be done the Phoenix Suns way. And like your man said, we don't need nobody to come in and coach us. We already know how to play ball.
And then I think it's a different. He wasn't that far removed per se, but I think it's a different style of basketball that's being played right now versus probably what he's used to and what he would like to coach or implement as being the coach, if he was implementing any damn thing.
Yeah, I mean, he could have been like the coach from the Raiders after Gruden left, and then just didn't change anything, and then get your ass kicked in the Super Bowl. Like,
Right.
no, that's what that seemed like.
Again, so
What's gonna happen?
props up to Ime Udoka, but the only problem that I have is that I feel like Jock Vaughn should be a head coach, and now the powers that be, I'm not going to say the NBA as a whole because this is a organizational decision, but now you're taking a job that this one black coach should have, and you're putting another black coach there. You know what I'm saying? Versus Ime being a head coach somewhere, Jock being a head coach somewhere. It's like you're stacking them up on top of each other. So when does Jock Vaughn actually get that opportunity again to show what he's worth?
Right.
Like I said, that's my only issue. You know what I'm saying, with the hire. If the hire goes through, which they're saying the hire probably happened over the weekend. I think they're on a road trip right now. No problem with Ime Udoka at all. And as I said, he'll be a coach before the end of the year. So for everybody who didn't think I was right about that, yeah, hold on, I got something special for you.
What more do you want from me?
Just saying. Just saying. I told you. And I saw the tea leaves on the wall. Hey, before we get up out of the pass, let's have a little bit of fun, bro. So we did it this morning on the show. Me and EJ talked about our favorite Halloween candies as Halloween was on yesterday. Was there any trick-or-treating going on over there?
Not in my apartment complex. No.
Okay.
I didn't see any trick-or-treaters out anywhere. I saw people during the day and like before Monday going out and having fun and being dressed up and stuff. But I didn't see too many kids out there trick or treating dressed up. But then again, I wasn't out there looking for them either. So, and no
Hey,
one
we gotta
knocked on this door here. So, all
uh,
good.
shout out to the debater for Dave. I'm not gonna say that
Gotta
first
say the
name, bro.
first word. I look at that, was like, not saying that one.
Not gonna be able to do it, bro. We don't call grown ass men. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, bro.
What your name is? It's not gonna happen.
Not gonna do that, but good try. Good try. Not gonna happen. Hey, all right. So five favorite Halloween candies. I know I'm putting you on the spot. So five favorite Halloween candies.
Oh, number one, when I was younger, let's see. I always liked Skittles. That was
Okay.
number one for me, followed by Snickers. Um, we had these things out in Cali. I don't know if they have them out here. It's like Yabba Dabbas or something like that. It's a
Yabba
older
dabbas?
something like that. Yeah, we
What?
had those, and it was almost like a taffy, but it was like a peanut butter and something kind of taffy. It almost looked like it had like chunks of chocolate or toffee pieces in it, and it was good, but it was one of my favorites growing up.
Abba Zabba?
That could be it. That could be it.
Cannot say that I've ever had an Abba Zabba,
Yeah,
but
I haven't seen them since I've been out here, but I see them when I go home.
so Abba Zabba, while having delicious thick white chewy toffee with the
Right.
rich creamy peanut butter filling in the center,
Uh-huh.
Abba Zabba candy bars are high in protein, long lasting, and very satisfying. I don't even know if I like the combination of shit they just said, bro. It's just shout out to mass debate for the masses. Shout out to you, bro. We that we could say that one we
Yeah.
could do
Yeah,
one we
you
could.
good on that one. I give you your symbol up there.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, bro.
There you go.
So hold on. You said Skittles, Abba Zabba, Snickers.
Snickers, then the Yabba Zabbas, and then after that it was I always liked butterscotch candy growing up. I think it's because my grandmother used to always give them to me.
You
So
old ass man talking about
but I like
Halloween butterscotch candy.
I like butterscotch candy. I always have.
Who the hell was giving out butterscotch candy for damn Halloween?
I live in California. I don't know.
Yes, I
Whoever's
giving
in my
out
neighborhood.
butterscotches. This is
Well, so okay, so butterscotch candy came in like a mixed bag. So it was just one of the candies in the bag.
got
But I
you.
used to always take out all the butterscotch ones because those are my favorites.
What is your fifth? Because I feel like based off of the candies you've said, you probably about to say Mocha Bella favorite candy, freaking candy corn.
Oh, hell no. Candy corns weren't bad, but after you eat like 10 of them, like you probably don't want any more till next year. So no. Let's see. My other one was paydays. I like payday.
Boy, you have the weirdest. You
Well,
have one of the weirdest damn Halloween candy lists I've ever heard in my life.
growing up with my grandparents, man, I ate a lot of peanuts. Pause. And so I'm used to sitting with my grandmother watching TV. We cracking open, peanuts or almonds or something of that nature. So I'm kind of used to candies like that, and that's where you get the Snickers, the Yabba Zabbas, and the paydays from. And then like candy, like I said, the butterscotch, just one of my favorite flavors, and the Yabba was just different. And then it's just different. I'm just different. I don't like everything that everybody like. Oh, it's Skittles. My bad. Everybody.
Shout out to the quarterbacks that have checked in. Drew Lock and Geno Smith in the building with us, y'all.
Goat Smith.
Right. Appreciate y'all for tuning in today, man. Hey, all right. So the three worst Halloween candies.
Oh, Twizzlers. All Twizzlers taste like plastic.
Thank
It's
you.
nasty.
Thank
It's
you.
nasty. It's nasty. I will never eat Twizzlers again. Please don't give me any combination of chocolate and peppermint candy. It's nasty.
But basically what you're saying is you don't like Yorks or Junior Mints.
No, I don't.
That is some bullshit, but it's okay. I'm gonna let you have that. Two of my favorites. Two of my favorites, man. Hey, the little chocolate mint candy that they leave on your pillow at the damn hotels. Fuck them up.
Well, I can eat those because it's mainly chocolate, but I don't like to bite into like a lot of mint. It's just too much. And the little ones even the little ones on the pillow, bro, I might break it in half, eat the other half later. And I know it's not even a big piece, but I don't like a lot of chocolate anyway. So unless it's
shout out to Jason checking in with us as well. All right, so mint and chocolate combinations. What else?
It's out. Definitely. And the other one was, I don't even know. There's not too many other candies out there that I don't like.
Former Bulldog quarterback Jacob Easton checking in with us as well.
Oh, snap. Not playing.
Hey, y'all quarterback depth chart over there is crazy right now. I like it. I like it.
That is hilarious. Yeah, a third candy, bro. I really can't tell you. That's pretty much where I stopped. I guess you would say it was a candy corn.
Definitely candy corn. Shout out to the wifey Lifey T checking into the building. Hey, look, as we normally do before we get off air, man, we like to share something with the people. What you got for the folks this week, bro?
Hey, pretty much the same thing again, man. Just keep pushing, taking things one day at a time. Make sure, just according to this past weekend events, make sure that you get up and tell your family you love them. Make calls to those who aren't close to you or are a long distance away, and just focus. Pray for others. Don't hold things inside. Get that stuff out of you. But also make sure when you do speak to people, make sure you're talking to the right people as well. You don't want to be out there getting information from the wrong people or talking to someone that you don't need to talk to. As far as directing, make sure you direct your opinion to the person who needs to hear that opinion. Don't just direct it to anybody. You know what I'm saying? You may get something off your chest, but you're talking to the wrong person. You just had the opportunity to talk to the person you needed to talk to. So make sure you take them opportunities. But man, kiss your parents, kiss your grandparents, aunts, uncles. I didn't get a chance to talk to you about it, and I called Capone right after that, to let you know that last Friday, my aunt passed away.
Yeah, I talked to you.
Okay. So yeah, that happened, and it was just been a lot. And because she donated her body to science, there's no funeral.
Right.
So, and I figured when I took a last picture of her when I was out in Cali for Christmas, about 4 or 5 years ago, I kind of figured that was the last time I was going to see her. It just felt like one of those times, just like it did when my grandmother passed. So, yeah, keep it short as possible. But yeah, just kiss everybody, love on everybody, man. You never know what's going to happen. So take it easy, have fun, but take it slow.
Yeah, I would just say if you missed the morning show, you could definitely go back and check that out right here on the same channel. Just going to leave y'all with a quote for the day, man. Happiness is when you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Lead with your heart, not your head. Always find opportunities to make someone smile and to offer random acts of kindness in everyday life. You can't protect yourself from sadness without protecting yourself from happiness. You know what I'm saying? So just as Pat said, man, call somebody, you know what I'm saying, that you haven't talked to. Tell them you love them. Tell them what's up. Again, Pat, and as Lafy just said in the chat room, bro, we sorry for your loss. RIP to all the people that have been lost to senseless violence. Obviously, y'all know about Takeoff, but it's all kind of people that's out here losing their life to senseless violence on a daily basis, and at some point we have to bring it to an end. You know, we all have an expiration date, but no one man should be able to determine what that expiration date is going to be.
Right.
Hey, with that, We about to get up out of here. We appreciate y'all for tuning in to the show, man. Hey, y'all never know. We might do another pop-up show during the week. The way news is coming out. Again, for all the new listeners, appreciate y'all. Y'all can go back and check out some of the other shows. We do a show Tuesday morning and on Tuesday night. So definitely rock with us. We thank y'all for tuning in to the show. Love new listeners, and love y'all's opinions. Can't say all the names are. Nah, just playing. Nah, bro. Hey, y'all be safe out in the streets, man, and watch next.